Well, Elon Musk has always been one to go all the way when it comes to technology. And this time, we're not talking about Tesla only, but even SpaceX. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO recently showed off new SpaceX rocket engines for starships. This comes at a time when Tesla's engine has proven to be the main challenger in the whole electric vehicle industry. So today we're going to discuss why the Tesla and SpaceX engines beat other engines in their respective industries. But before we hit the ground running, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your support and time. Thank you. Now, Elon Musk seems pretty proud of his company, SpaceX's new rocket engines. Musk recently showed off a batch of the new Raptor 2 engines at the SpaceX's Starbase facility in Texas, where they'll be used on the first orbital flight of the company's Starship mega rocket later this year. Musk wrote in the Twitter post on April 26 that Raptor 2 rocket engines at Starbase each produce over 500,000 pounds of force. Musk's photos showed what appeared to be over a dozen of the new rocket engines, but his Twitter fans saw something else, the evil Daleks from Doctor Who. But to be clear, Elon Musk has not created a race of evil warriors that cry exterminate as they take over the world. The Raptor 2 will be the workhorse engine for SpaceX's Starship rockets and their massive Super Heavy boosters. Each Super Heavy booster will be powered by 33 Raptor 2 engines, while the Starship vehicle will use 9 Raptor 2 engines of its own. Like SpaceX's veteran Merlin engines on its Falcon 9 rockets, the Raptor 2 is designed to be reusable, as are the Starship and Super Heavy vehicles. The Raptor 2 is fueled by liquid methane and liquid oxygen, which is a new fuel for SpaceX. Its Falcon 9 rockets use liquid oxygen and rocket-grade kerosene in their Merlin engines. The Raptor V2 has plenty in common with its Raptor V1 and V1.5 predecessors and, for the most part, looks very similar. Musk has repeatedly stated that the engine represents a major evolution from past Raptors. Most importantly, Raptor V2 was designed to significantly cut production cost and time. To achieve that, almost every major component was either fully redesigned, tweaked, or refined in some way to make Raptor simpler and more compact. One example is the decision to slash the number of flanges in the engine's plumbing by replacing them with welds. Making plumbing more monolithic could remove dozens of parts, seals, and potential leak points, and significantly speed up manufacturing at the cost of making it harder, if not impossible, for SpaceX to inspect and replace certain pipes or pipe sections in a modular manner. That process was repeated throughout each Raptor system, resulting in an engine that looks more streamlined than earlier variants. As a result of its more refined design and improvements to other critical components, Musk says that even though Raptor V2 now costs about half as much to build as V1.5, and it's also much more reliable. So SpaceX has been developing its Raptor engines for several years, with Raptor 2 as the result. It has a more streamlined design over SpaceX's first version of the Raptor, including less complicated tubing and plumbing lines. It may be SpaceX's work to streamline the Raptor 2 that gave it a more Dalek-like resemblance for Doctor Who fans. Still, some fans of the sci-fi show were surprised that Musk hadn't targeted a different Who villain to emulate. But for Tesla and SpaceX fans, this is another Elon Musk masterpiece that is nothing short of amazing. It's not about what show Elon Musk decided to emulate, it's more of will this genius ever stop? And that's not even all of it. Be sure to keep watching so that you don't miss out on our analysis of the dominant Tesla engines. Now, when building out zero-emission mobility powered by batteries, it takes the best electric motor to provide the rotational energy that produces motion. Tesla has proven that it's good at what it does with their electric motor development, and that's what has enabled the firm's vehicles to achieve global success. But Elon Musk has still never wavered from trying to produce even better electric motors that'll result in an engine that constantly defies physics. The modern auto industry is currently shifting to electric cars, and interestingly, Tesla commands a huge section of the EV industry. For very many years, the auto industry has been relying on the internal combustion engine that has consistently had adverse effects on the environment due to the carbon emissions it produces. The Musk-led company has been at the forefront of humanity's attempt to shift to zero-emission mobility. Elon Musk's visionary objectives have made it easier for many of us to accept electric vehicles as a practical means of moving around. Elon Musk has elaborated on details of Tesla's new electric motor, the plaid carbon-wrapped motor, and even teased an even crazier higher RPM version coming to the new Roadster. One thing we were hoping for during the presentation of the new Model S at the delivery event last year was more details about the new powertrain technology that Tesla developed under its Palladium program for the refreshed version of the electric sedan. Interestingly, the CEO didn't dive too deep into the new technology. For example, he only mentioned a brand new battery pack without going into new details. However, he did unveil Tesla's new plaid carbon-wrapped motor and discussed a few details about the new technology, which allows for smaller, more powerful, and efficient motors. The motors are small enough to be picked up by a single person while also capable of achieving insane RPMs. During the presentation, Musk briefly touched on the fact that this new motor is only possible thanks to a new machine that Tesla developed to be able to build it. In a series of tweets, the CEO elaborated on that machine when he stated that fiber is wound over the rotor at a high tension load. The machine to do this was made by Tesla Automation. The carbon sleeve must put the copper rotor in compression or it loses at low temp due to a differential thermal expansion. Preload is also helpful for maintaining a precise gap to the stator. Musk also expanded on the advantages of the new motor over its predecessors. The main advantage of this is a much stronger EM field compared with a rotor that's held together by metal. The other advantage is that rotor can go to a higher RPM, as the carbon sleeve mostly stops the copper rotor from expanding due to radial acceleration. In a nutshell, the new carbon-wrapped rotor enables Tesla to push its new motors to a higher level of performance. Again, in the same series of tweets, Musk claimed that Tesla's new motor is arguably the most advanced motor on Earth. But he teased that the automaker is working on something even more powerful for the new Roadster. Previously, Musk had discussed Tesla using the same tri-motor powertrain found in the new Model S for the new Roadster, which could achieve greater performance based on the smaller form factor alone. But now it looks like Tesla could be improving the powertrain technology too. So Tesla is changing the battery chemistry it uses in all its standard range electric vehicles to a version with a lithium iron phosphate cathode. The move is likely a way for Tesla to increase profit margins on its fully electric cars while not necessarily having to raise vehicle prices. In the past, Tesla has been criticized for sporadic vehicle price changes. The company is already making vehicles with LFP chemistry at its factories in Shanghai. Now, China generally promotes the use of this type of battery, according to materials researcher and consultant Roskill. The firm notes that around 95% of LFP cathode manufacturing is produced in China. This just displays Tesla's intention of achieving total zero-emission mobility, and that explains why Tesla will stay dominant in the EV industry for years to come. And yet again, Elon Musk has emerged with amazing SpaceX engines. So do you think Tesla and SpaceX will dominate their industries even further with the new engines? Please engage us via the comment section. We appreciate your time today. Thanks so much. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.